I'm 68 years old, and I'm about to tell you something that might upset you. Everything you think you know about marriage is completely wrong. The people who should be telling you this are lying to you. They tell you marriage is about commitment and staying together. That's only half the truth. The other half? You can stay together and still lose each other completely. I spent 40 years believing the same lies you probably believe right now. I was married for 4 decades, never cheated, never left, provided well, showed up every day, and we were strangers. Complete strangers living in the same house, sleeping in the same bed, raising kids together, and knowing absolutely nothing about who the other person actually was. Not for me, for you. I'm telling you this because I see couples everywhere making the same mistake. You think longevity equals success. You think staying together means you're doing it right. But you can be married for 40 years and never truly know the person you're married to. And that's not a marriage. That's just 2 people avoiding being alone. The big lie I believed? We'll connect deeper later, after the kids are grown, after we retire, after life gets less chaotic. Then we'll really get to know each other. Then we'll have those deep conversations. Then we'll be intimate again. That day never comes. You know why? Because the goalposts always move. And meanwhile, you're building a life with someone who's becoming more of a stranger with every passing year. I was 28 when we married. She was 26. I thought I knew her. Hell, I thought I loved her. Maybe I did. But love based on what? I knew surface things. Her favorite color, her coffee order, what TV shows she liked. But I didn't know her. Not really. Not her fears, her dreams, her regrets, what kept her up at night, what made her feel alive. And you know what? I never asked. We just never went there. We talked about logistics, kids' schedules, bills, house repairs, what's for dinner, surface stuff, safe stuff. We never talked about anything that mattered. And after 40 years of that, we were strangers who shared a last name. Listen, we looked good from the outside. Really good. Nice house, successful kids, long marriage. People would say, 40 years, that's incredible, like it was an achievement. But duration isn't depth. We had 40 years of small talk, 40 years of polite distance, 40 years of carefully avoiding real intimacy, because that would have been uncomfortable. That would have required vulnerability. I achieved things, made good money as an engineer, put 3 kids through college, retired with a solid pension, house paid off. And you know what? None of it filled the void of living with someone I didn't actually know. You achieve your goal, and for about 48 hours you feel good about yourself. Then it fades. And you realize that all those achievements don't change the fact that you're lonely in your own marriage. It's a hamster wheel where you keep accomplishing things, hoping that'll fix the disconnect. It never does. I had a friend, James, 72 years old, married 50 years. Everyone admired his marriage. He had a stroke 2 years ago, died 3 days later. At the funeral, his wife stood up and said something that shocked everyone. She said, "James was a good man, but I don't think we ever really knew each other. Not deeply." The room went silent, because every married person there knew exactly what she meant. Is that the legacy you want? 50 years together and still strangers. The conversations we never had. Real conversations about fear, about dreams, about what we actually thought about life. We went 40 years without ever discussing what we believed, what we valued, what we were afraid of. The vulnerability we never showed each other. I never told her about my regrets, my disappointments, my insecurities, and she never told me hers. We protected ourselves from each other. The intimacy we lost. I don't just mean physical, I mean emotional intimacy. That feeling of being truly known by another person, being seen, being understood. We lost that within the first 5 years and never got it back. The questions I never asked her. What do you dream about? What scares you? What makes you feel alive? Who are you really? Never asked. Not in 40 years. The time we spent together but weren't really together. Sitting on the couch, both on our phones. Eating dinner in silence. Existing in parallel instead of connecting. We were roommates. Polite roommates who occasionally had sex and filed joint tax returns. The missed opportunities, the roads not taken, the depth we never explored, the love we never expressed because we didn't know how. Or maybe we were too scared. I realized all this at 65. Not through some dramatic moment, just a quiet realization while sitting across from her at breakfast one morning. I looked at her and thought, I have no idea who this person is. 40 years, same house, same bed, same life. And I didn't know her. And worse, she didn't know me either. That realization destroyed me, but it also woke me up. I tried to change it. I really did. I started asking questions, real questions. Started trying to be vulnerable. Started trying to connect. But it was too late. We'd built 40 years of walls. You can't tear down 40 years of walls in a few months. The patterns were too deep. The distance was too great. We separated when I was 67, not out of anger, out of honesty. We both finally admitted we were strangers. And there was something heartbreaking, but also freeing about that admission. The meaning I was chasing through a successful marriage. It was never about duration. It was about depth, about truly knowing another person and being truly known, about vulnerability, about real intimacy, not just coexistence. That's it. It's almost insulting how simple it is. I'm grateful now, in a strange way. Not grateful for the 40 wasted years, but grateful for the wake-up call. Because now, at 68, I know what a real connection looks like, what it requires, what it means. And I have maybe 10 or 20 years to actually experience it with someone, if I'm lucky. Life isn't made of years together. It's made of moments of real connection. And we had 40 years, but maybe 10 moments of actual connection. The ladder was leaning against the wrong wall the entire time. So let me ask you something. If you died tomorrow, would you be satisfied with how well you truly know your partner? Not how long you've been together, not whether you can coexist peacefully, but do you actually know them? Their fears, their dreams, their regrets, who they really are beneath the surface. And more importantly, do they know you? Have you let them see you, actually see you? Not just the version of you that's safe and comfortable, but the real you. Think about it. Really think about it. When was the last time you had a vulnerable conversation? When did you last ask them something deeper than logistics? When did you last show them who you really are? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But I think most people are strangers living together. They think they're married, but they're really just cohabiting. If that's uncomfortable to hear, then what are you waiting for? I'm 68 years old, on borrowed time. Maybe 20 more years if I'm really lucky. But so are you. We all are, really. You don't get those years back. Those decades of distance. Once they're gone, they're gone. So here's what I need you to do. Not think about, not consider, do. Stop having only surface conversations. Stop protecting yourself from vulnerability. Stop pretending that staying together means you're connected. Stop avoiding the deep stuff because it's uncomfortable. Start asking real questions. Scary questions. Questions that go beneath the surface. What are you afraid of? What do you regret? What do you dream about? Who are you really? Start being vulnerable. Share your actual self. The parts you're scared to show. The parts that aren't perfect. Start having conversations that matter. About beliefs, values, fears, dreams. Not just logistics. Start being curious about who they really are. Not who you think they are, who they actually are. Start creating actual intimacy, not just physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual. Start tearing down the walls you've built, one conversation at a time. Start now, not later, not when you have more time, not when it's more convenient. Now, today, tonight, this moment. Because I promise you, 40 years go by fast, and you don't want to wake up one day and realize you're strangers. I'm 68, separated after 40 years. Maybe 20 years left, probably less. If this resonates, subscribe. I have more truths to share, and I don't know how much time I have left. Leave a comment. Tell me one real question you're going to ask your partner tonight. Not a logistics question, a real question, one that goes deeper. Because the clock is ticking, for me, for you, for the person sleeping next to you who you might not actually know. The question isn't how long you'll be together. The question is, will you actually know each other before time runs out? Don't be like me. Don't waste 40 years being strangers. Start connecting now, while you still can.